Alright guys, so we are going to put together our ingredients for our stuffed shells, seafood shells. We've got the shrimp and seafood seasoning, some black pepper, butter, crab meat. We've got 2 containers, half a bell pepper. We've got Parmesan and mozzarella, cheeses. We've got our shells that we will be filling. The recipe that I have calls for 24 to 26 shells. I'm just going to throw in the whole box. Not all the shells are probably going to be stuffed, but that's perfectly fine too. All-purpose flour, obviously your measuring utensils. You're going to need a skillet, a pan or a pot with water for the pasta to be cooked, and this to go in the oven. If you have anything bigger, that's fine too. And over here we have our shrimp that I have to peel and pre-cook before it goes into the shells and stuff. So let's get this started. To start off with is to boil your water and get that prepped. You're going to cook the pasta as directed on the instructions on the box. I really don't want to break these, so I'm not going to drop these in 1 or 2 at a time. These are the big shells that I'll be filling. And so they don't break, I can fill them a little easier. Ooh, that one dropped and it cracked. That's okay, I should have another one in there somewhere. Now the directions on the box say to cook them at a boil in 3 quarts of water per 12 ounces of pasta with salt to taste for about 14 to 15 minutes. Cut up your half a green bell pepper as finely as possible. I don't do it too fine though. And you do about a teaspoon of butter in a skillet. And turn that on. In the meantime, you can also turn the oven or the oven on to about 350. What you're going to do is cook up the green bell peppers till they're softened. Because the recipe usually calls for the salad shrimp, the pre-cooked small salad shrimp, I got deveined regular shrimp. I'm going to add the seasoning myself and pre-cook that to add to the mix that goes in here. So this is basically, I'm just going to heat these up and cook them with the seafood seasoning on them. You're going to put in the crab that has been drained. I rinsed mine off a little bit too. You crack a large egg into it. 2 tablespoons of milk, half a cup of mozzarella, and a cup and a half of Parmesan. Let me add that. So I've added the milk and the cheeses. come over here and check the shrimp, which they look done. So I need to drain them because I don't need them so buttery. Check the pasta, which looks like it's got like 3 minutes left on it, according to my timer. Just kind of stir them up a little bit. To the mixture of the big bowl as well. We're going to grab the peppers, the green bell peppers. And you can add also red onion if you want, but you'd have to soften that as well. And we are going to drain the pasta right now. Turn that off. I'm going to also add in some pepper. Some more seafood seasoning. And a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. I didn't include mayonnaise or milk in my ingredients list at the beginning, but I will write it up in the description. So a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take each individual shell like this after you've rinsed them out. You're going to take your mixture here. I'll show you your mixture now that you've mixed it up. And you're going to fill it, each shell, with this mixture as much as possible. And usually you can do a 13 by 9 pan, which is easier just to lay them all flat. I only have a round casserole dish, unfortunately, so my stuff is probably going to be piled on top of itself. And I'm trying to open these shells to stuff them, as you can see. Nice big old spoonfuls, nice and full. And I'm just going to put it in the pan here. I'm going to do this for as many full shells as I can do. So let me get that done. The stuffed shells, I still have plenty to fill and plenty of filling. That's the bottom layer. I filled them all. We have a little bit left over, that's fine, but I've used all my stuffing. I've got about 3 layers, so it definitely makes a lot. And now we're going to make the sauce. It is in a sauce pot here. You're going to do 4 cups of milk. Milk, a 1/4 cup of butter. Let me find my spoon. Keep losing it. Some pepper. A 1/4 cup of butter, and then you're going to whisk in a 1/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, until it's thickened enough, and then you're going to add a 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese. Alright, so what you want is for this to start boiling. And once it starts boiling, you want it to boil for about 3 minutes and then remove from heat, and that's when you add the Parmesan cheese. You see how thick that is with the cheese in it. It's a nice Parmesan cream cheese. Creamy. Nice and thick. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour it right on top of our shells here. Right on top. This is going to go in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes or until it's bubbly. It's done. Make sure you turn off all your burners and your oven. stuff to show.